Whether you've been to Lake Powell before or not, this season is like never before. Earlier this season, it was reported that at the Glen Canyon Dam, the levels were only 35 feet above what's considered minimum power pool, the level at which its turbines would stop producing hydroelectric power. Up to this week, the lake has actually been on the rise. The lake has risen over 17 feet this summer. However, as of this weekend, we are seeing those levels level out and start dropping. In this video, we're sharing with you how accessibility to the lake has changed, and we'll share some tips and insight for your trip this summer. We want to quickly remember good times at Lone Rock because there's no longer water surrounding it. For anyone coming for the first time, Lone Rock is just to the west of both Wah-Wheat marinas. There's still great camping available and sand dunes for driving your off-road vehicles. Now back to Wah-Wheat Bay. Keep in mind, right in the middle of Wah-Wheat Bay is a new island. It is a long spine, so stay to either side of it and keep in mind that it's shallow on either side. Right between Wah-Wheat Main Marina and Wah-Wheat Boat Rentals is the State Line Auxiliary Ramp. There's 4 lanes that are about 20 feet wide. There is plenty of fun to be had and places to beach your boat in Wah-Wheat Bay, but there's a few areas that I would recommend avoiding or entering with care. For example, I would not enter Ice Cream Canyon with your houseboat, and definitely be careful for shallow and rocky shoreline. No-wake zones have expanded and contracted this year, so it will take additional time to get to parts of the lake. As you're coming through Wah-Wheat Main Marina, you'll notice there's some beachy areas on your left where houseboats have beached. Also, right after you exit Main Marina, you'll notice some beachy areas on your left as you're approaching the next no-wake zone. This is your second no-wake zone right before you get to the main channel. It's important to note this no-wake zone because as you're exiting, you will take a left to go to the main channel or take a right for a short detour to see the dam. As we're heading through the main channel, we're going to pass Antelope Canyon. This canyon is getting tighter every year, but kayakers still love this access point to see a portion of Antelope Canyon. If you get back there early enough, you may be able to park your boat, but this beach gets filled with kayaks throughout the day. This is actually the launch point for a lot of the kayaks that make it back into Antelope Canyon. And now we've arrived at Antelope Point Marina. This is one of the tightest areas of the lake and definitely the tightest of the marinas, so take it nice and easy. This will be the last marina to fuel up in on your way out. Now that we've gotten through Antelope Point Marina, we're on our way to see Navajo Canyon, Warm Creek Bay, and Padre Bay. There's a lot of great boating in Navajo Canyon. As far as houseboats are concerned, you have to be very selective and the spots change with the water level. It takes 45 minutes to an hour to get to the back side of Navajo Canyon, so save time for that. You're going to get to the end where you see that it shallows up, and be careful because there are trees surfacing. If you get to the end of Navajo Canyon, as you've turned around and heading back, and look to your right for a tiny arch up top. Next stop is Warm Creek Bay. As you can see, there's plenty of room in Warm Creek Bay. When it comes to choosing a beach to anchor on, however, you gotta really be careful. You want a nice sandy beach that pitches well into the water and is soft. Next on the lake is my personal favorite, Labyrinth Canyon. As far as I could tell, there were no houseboat spots within Labyrinth Canyon. However, the boat in on a powerboat or a jet ski is amazing. I highly recommend making it all the way back and trying to get off of the boat and travel in on foot. It's about an hour hike in to get to the beginning of the slots, but well worth it. Right past Labyrinth Canyon is Padre Bay. This is a giant bay with several great big rock formations that you'll want to see on your trip. This is also a really big bay that's perfect for wakeboarding, wake surfing, or skiing. Although I have seen some houseboats getting back into Gunsight Canyon, the main beaches that are available are on the Padre Bay side of Gunsight now. Another area that I noticed a lot of beaches for anchoring houseboats was Cookie Jar. On both sides there are spots, but primarily on Cane Wash on the east or backside of Cookie Jar, there's plenty of spots. I know that there's some good spots in Face Canyon and Last Chance. I just didn't make it out that far on this weekend's trip. Here are some additional tips for the lake. If you have any favorite spots, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. And if you like this video, just hit the like button and subscribe. We have more videos coming very soon.